What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters: Ailish, Life's League, Struce17, William Arnett, OXL, Tyler B, The Big Joe 96, Grubbernut, Kento Camara, and Paid Bill. Thank you all very much for your support, and if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link down below to find out more. We'll see you there. So SwaggerSouls released this video a while back, and people were just like, y'all need to watch this. And we're like, all right. And we never did. Sorry about that. There's a lot of requests that come through. As a matter of fact, pretty much everything we're watching today.
I just hope this is not the same one we've already seen like 8 times from other people's perspective.
Maybe.
Because there was a session where Swag and a bunch of other people played Trouble in Terrorist Town in VR, and then we ended up watching a couple of different videos from like Minnie and different people that were there, and it ended up being the same exact
I think
thing
we
from
watched
different
Minnie and
people's
we watched
perspective.
Fitz's perspective too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm sure there's some extra stuff thrown in that's from just SwaggerSouls' perspective, but if it's the same session again, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
well,
It's going to still be a lot of the same stuff happening.
well, there's always stuff that happens that people claim. Well, if it happens, it's weird how how things go with different gaming crews. Like whenever the Banana Bus crew, aka Vanos's crew, whenever stuff happens with them, usually it's one thing whenever one thing happens on one person's screen, they own that. Like if say Nogla's going somewhere and he's got the bomb in place, he's like, "All right, guys, I'm going in for the bomb," and he gets sniped, and then he just falls over dead. He's like, "I dropped the bomb, guys," and then if that happens on Wildcat's screen, then Wildcat keeps that. But he can't go to like Terrorizer's stream or Terrorizer's screen and take stuff without Terrorizer's permission.
Well, obviously.
Well, yeah, because that'd just be a little bit dickish.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, people have been asking us to watch that. Like they asked us to watch the Smitty VR one, the one where he pretty much formed a cult and then shot all of them in the head, because I guess that's what they do in cults nowadays. Back in my day, they used to just drink Kool-Aid. But oh well. I guess that's just how it goes. But yeah, Trouble in Terrorist Town, but it's in VR. We're just gonna hop in and see what the hell this is all about. If it's too similar and we've seen all this shit before, actually you probably won't see this then. So yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyway, here we go.
Oh, hey gamers. Please excuse my gamer bank. See, it's actually a chronic condition, because I just can't stop gaming. If it's left untreated, I could run the high risk of becoming a virgin again. Shopping online for a solution is difficult, because back braces are awfully expensive, and nobody wants to feel like they're wasting money while shopping online. Luckily, there's an easy way to always get the best price. It's called Honey. Honey is a free browser extension that the best promo codes whenever you shop.
Okay.
You can get the
Okay.
best deals
That's
on any
dedication.
website without even trying. That includes Amazon, eBay, Newegg, Best Buy, Walmart, and more.
Damn,
I ended
Swag.
up buying a posture corrector for a great discount off the price. I was able to save an additional 15% off. If there's no coupon, Honey will still let you know if you're getting the best deal. I've used Honey to save on props and equipment, and it's simply epic. Listen, there's no reason to not use Honey for everything you buy online.
His
It
fingernails
only
painted
takes
black.
2 clicks to
Yeah, I
install.
saw that.
Swag is a
Get
goth
Honey
kid.
for free at joinhoney.com.
Maybe so.
/swagger. Hey, Tobias, having trouble loading that revolver?
No, I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Don't point at it. Nice. No, you're a detective!
Oh God! Oh, this is not good.
We have an apparent suicide. No, suicide. He shot himself with this revolver.
No.
Sam, this guy committed suicide with this revolver.
There's no way I'm believing you that happened.
It did. Whether you like it or not.
fucking did, though.
Did you do something like Russian roulette shit with Toby?
No, he just shot himself in the head with the revolver. I said, "Are you having trouble loading your revolver?" He goes, "No, I'm fine." And then he loaded it, and then he shot himself in the head as soon as the round started.
No, you're the detective.
That's a pretty legit story. I appreciate how unplausible this is. You at least appreciate that. Okay, so what are you then?
Yes.
Shoot you, man.
I should probably leave.
Hey, Grizzly, you're a trader too. How do you bike it?
Ooh.
Jesus.
Ask the question. How do I bike it? Oh shit, yo,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Smitty. Smitty. Smitty.
Get shot.
The mic isn't working.
Oh, they shot his helmet off.
Wait, what? It said
Well, there goes Minnie.
grip to search.
Yeah, press your grip. Oh, he was a traitor.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
Jordan.
We like the disco, man.
Jesus.
What are you guys doing over here?
Hey, Cryos. What's up, John?
Hanging out, maybe having a barbecue tonight. You guys want to go?
Hey, I'm down for a barbecue, Chief.
Yeah, we're gonna have a barbecue.
Dab me up, homie. Dab me up.
Yeah.
Yo. You need, it's grip! It's grip! It's grip! It's grip! Grizzly! Grizzly!
Grizzly doesn't know how to put his gun away.
There you go.
Can I shoot him? Can I shoot him?
No, no!
He's
no,
the detective.
Drop the weapon!
Oh, look, he's akimboing him force.
Grizzly, I want my gun back.
Minnie. Minnie.
No, I want my gun back.
The detective just shot Minnie. We need to look at the body. He was innocent. The detective killed an innocent.
Yo, Smitty, pull that pig down. Dude.
Oh, Smitty!
Oh.
Smitty, you dirty bastard.
All right. Shit, I'll give everyone some love.
Yeah, he deserves that.
That was.
Nice try there, pig fucker. Oh, God. Well, I guess John's the bad guy. Hey!
That'll work.
Oh, God. Uh-huh. Proclaim. Hey!
What are you selling here? Dude.
Nice.
Oh, dude, you got the entire Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. You even got Dog Days.
And Captain Underpants.
No shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Hang on.
Dude, I remember those books as a kid. Those were the shit.
I don't smoke, so
Did you just kill someone?
Who's this? Yeah, this was Kohai. Killed the detective.
He's innocent.
Wait, no, he's not. Bruh.
Put your gun down.
Bruh.
Hi, how are you?
Innocent?
Innocent. Yes. It says on my wrist. Yeah. Should we investigate that?
Whoa. Okay, listen. Everybody here, we're a pack, okay? We're not killing anybody else up here. There's a murderer up there. We're all going to the pack.
Oh shit!
Oh, fucking hell.
Okay.
Damn.
You're innocent, right?
Damn. There'll only be like one person left.
Hello?
Yep. Hello.
Here. You go up and create a distraction. I'll go around and mow them down.
Hmm?
Go on, Toby. You got this.
Hey! Some people just died down here! Take it! I clicked it! Alright, your turn, Toby.
That'll work.
I can't believe that worked.
Hey, nice.
Are you stroking him?
Trying to headbutt him.
Gun butt him, you mean?
Cowboy!
Went to the moon.
I don't let this thing run.
Smitty, just we talked about doing the cowboy thing.
I thought this was a roleplay thing. I thought
It's weird. Weird? We do that. Really? We yeah, it's weird. I don't think it's weird.
I don't think it's that weird, but
All right, can we move on from this? Jordan, we killed Minnie. We believe he was a traitor because he killed Grizzy for no reason. Anything from your perspective?
that's fat.
Yeah,
you
that's
see
John.
anything?
Damn.
Grizzly's moving up slowly. He has something in his hands. Something in his hands. Something in his hands.
Swagger, shut the fuck up.
Who survived? Over.
10-4. This is gonna be a big fuck you, Swagger.
Damn.
Fuck.
I'm assuming you're a traitor. Over.
A sniper rifle on Overwatch.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll find you and talk to you in person. Over.
Oh, there he is. I think I saw him.
I'm a fucking bad boy, and I'm gonna kill you or something.
Hey, good shot.
What was that about killing him?
Hey guys, look. I'm just gonna take one for the team. I'm really. Oh shit. Hello.
Oh,
Shot each other.
yeah, they did.
What's going on up there? You know?
Oh Jesus! Whoa! It was Grizzly. Grizzly just tried to shoot me.
What the fuck, Grizzly?
What the fuck? By putting a fucking bullet past my head.
Seems legit.
I planted that. I planted that. I planted that.
What?
I planted that C4. It's going to explode.
Ah! I have a toe crab!
Oh Jesus Christ! It's gonna fucking explode. Oh, we gotta go. Go down here.
Dude, it was so funny. I was gonna say you like, he was very like, run, Grizzly, it's a bomb, and you were like, my toe is cramping.
It's still, I'm in my chair right now. It fucking hurts.
It still hurts.
All right. All right. At least it wasn't what I was worried about.
Yeah.
I was
Make
worried
sure
when he
there's
said
no
it came
more.
out a while back. I was like,
Yeah, because it was the same one. Don't get me wrong. There's some very funny stuff that I saw in the one video with Fitz. Like, what's up, guys? Welcome to the daily vlog. Bam.
Yeah.
Headshot.
Yeah, but then we seen it again from like Minnie's perspective and stuff.
Yeah. It's still funny, but it's just like, you know, it's not.
The same thing only stays funny so many times in a row. Like,
Yeah, except for the dog coming out of the lake. That still makes me laugh.
if you haven't watched that with headphones before, by the way,
It's
better with headphones.
it is.
I wouldn't say better. It actually it gave me like more personal like I could feel what the dog felt in my brain, and it was like kind of awful.
There we go.
It was like,
Here we go.
fucking awful. I haven't done that in like probably like 8 or 9, 10 years, and I still remember exactly what that feels like when that happens.
Trying to like talk underwater.
Yeah, accidentally dipping underwater while you're trying to like inhale or something. Is like,
yeah, it doesn't
awful.
feel good.
What is that cat with a piece of bread on his head?
I don't know, but it's
Best
best
animal
animal TikTok compilation,
Nice.
which I guarantee you is copyright protected by Collab, because Collab's a bunch of bitches.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I said it, Collab. What are you gonna do? Claim another one of our videos? Go right ahead. There's plenty others out there that have been claimed. You won't be the first, and you won't be the last. But all right. So, funny enough, with SwaggerSouls VR and everything, I mean, there was a lot in this I hadn't seen before. A lot of it. I mean, the one at the beginning where the dude was just like loading the revolver. He's like, "You having trouble with that revolver?"
That one was just
No.
hilarious because he was telling the truth and nobody fucking believed him.
Of course not. It's almost
It's like
one of those
he freaking shot himself at the beginning of the match.
with this revolver. You see, it's pretty much a murder
It's like, well,
witness.
picking up the revolver doesn't help your case. too
Exactly.
much,
It's like a
but-
murder witness doing all the wrong things.
Yeah.
It's like, I witnessed this guy get murdered. How did he die?
He shot himself with his gun. That
He
I'm
shot
holding.
himself with this revolver.
That now
That
has all my fingerprints all over it.
shit. Yeah. Exactly. It's not good.
That would actually be pretty cool if they made a VR game that was like a really in-depth like detective thing like that.
Ooh.
Where like you could fingerprint shit and stuff.
That would be wicked.
Like imagine the match just starting out like clean and like anything someone touches is like it fingerprints. So you have to actually watch
Yeah,
about what you touch and
you
pick
have
up.
to be careful not to contaminate the crime scene by moving something that wasn't.
And so like you give the detectives the ability to actually go like dust for prints and shit like that. And have like IR lights to like look for traces of blood and stuff. Like you know make blood stay like fresh for like a little bit, and then like it can kind of start to like just dry up quickly. Like it'd be unrealistic, but it'd make for a fun little mechanic. You know, people needing to investigate for where there's been blood and stuff. No, wait, no. Don't make the blood dry up, but make it an ability to wipe blood up if you kill someone.
Ooh.
But make it so the detective does have an IR light so they can see if there's been blood wiped up somewhere.
Yeah.
That would be a really fun VR game. In my opinion.
That would be.
Like basically like murder mystery like in a mansion or something like that, and just have a guy there that has a detective kit and like
That'd
have
be pretty wicked.
You know, the murderer. Like it's basically the same concept as that, but just with some more tools for actually figuring out who done it.
Yeah.
And like you'd have to use more strategy to get away with it.
Oh, absolutely. There's there's actually one murder I heard about. They didn't figure it out for the longest time. A detective actually came up later and figured it out, how it all came to pass. Because apparently it was a suicide, but something didn't sit right, and the family kept the investigation open as a murder. Like they wanted it to stay open as a murder. And I think it was like 5 years later, they finally called a detective in who could figure it out, and he figured out because here was the synopsis. There was a man in his office. The office was locked from the inside. The windows were not open. There were no traces of anyone coming in from outside because it was raining that night. And it was on the 3rd floor of the house. And there were no other entryways into the room or anything like that. The man was sitting at his desk, and he shot himself in the head and still had the gun in his hand. And the only key to the room, was in the man's front pocket. So you would think immediately, yeah, this guy committed suicide. But there was something very odd about the key. The key had a very small amount of like very clear tape around the grip point of it. Where you grip the key, there was a very small amount of tape. And they figured that was a bit odd, but they still were determined to call it a suicide. Well, anyway, the family comes in later, or the detective comes in, and he deciphers how someone could get away with this. He looked over the case files and everything, and he saw that there were no powder burns on the guy's head. There were no powder burns on the guy's head.
Meaning he didn't shoot himself at point blank.
Exactly. He was shot from a distance. Because whenever people shoot themselves, they put the gun right up here against the temple. But if you're shot from a distance, there's no powder burns. There's no nothing. Also, they looked, and there
use
were...
that as a clue in Phoenix, right? Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Or Ace Attorney games.
Yeah, and there was also... rigor mortis had set in at the right time, but he found out earlier that the man was in a squash match, and whenever you engage in extremely strenuous activities, if you die right after that, you go into rigor mortis a lot sooner than normal. So the detective determined then is like, okay, so what about the key? Well, as you see, there's a little bit of tape on it. Now, I want someone to sit in the chair right here. And what he does is he takes a piece of floss and a needle. He runs the needle down through the front shirt pocket, and holds the key with the tape. The key goes into the person goes out of the room, locks the door, and then pulls the string back through. It goes up over the desk, goes right into the
pocket, and the floss comes out the bottom of the pocket, and he pulls the floss all the way out of the room.
Bingo.
Dude.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
I gotta give whoever killed him some credit on that one. That was genius.
Yes, and they did find out that it was actually a family member that did it.
Because that's the one thing, like, I've always heard about stuff like that. It's like, oh, they locked the door to the room themselves. There's no way anyone could have gotten in, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I never thought about something like that. Like, oh.
Yeah.
See, like, that's one of the things where Danganronpa cliffhangered this past stream. This character was in a room that the other characters had to force themselves into to find them dead. Like, they could see them sitting in there through the window, but there was shit in front of the door barring the door. And so they had to force themselves into the room through the door to be able to find the body.
Okay.
And so, like, my immediate thought is, I don't think they were actually murdered this time. I think they either killed themselves or they actually got in a fight with Monokuma / the Mastermind, and so they were killed by the Mastermind this time. And so that's going to be like the twist on the case.
Probably.
Is there's no actual quote-unquote blackened, as they call them, like there's no actual murderer amongst the students, you know?
Yeah.
But it's still, he announced it like it was a body that was found, you know, and that they'd do a class trial and everything as usual. So, I don't know. It's interesting.
Well,
But, like, thinking about stuff like that is like, there could be ways I'm not thinking of that someone could have somehow barred the door from the outside, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And
if they had it set up to, like, drop shit in front of the door or something once they walked out. So, I don't know.
There's all sorts of possibilities. I mean, some murder cases have never been solved and probably never will be. But yeah, anyway, we're going to move on from here, ladies and gentlemen. This was SwaggerSouls TTT in VR. We hope that you enjoyed it, and I guess if you want to see the original, links in the description down below if you want to check out more from SwaggerSouls. I mean, he's on a bit of a rise right now, and I'm glad to see that, because Swag is a very, very funny guy. I like Swag a lot. And anyway, until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you all in the next one, everybody. Peace out.